Have you ever pulled a pack of meat out of your freezer, ready to cook, and something looks wrong? That bright red beef or rosy pink pork you remember is now dull gray, brown, or blotchy in places. It doesn't smell bad. There's no visible mold. But it looks suspicious, like it's gone bad. Before you throw it away, slow down. Because that color change has a real scientific explanation, and it's often more about chemistry than spoilage. Today on Explain History of Things, we're breaking down why meat changes color in the freezer, what's happening at a molecular level, and how to tell harmless browning from signs you should actually worry about. 1. Meat color comes from one main protein. To understand the color change, we need to know what gives meat its color in the first place. The key player is myoglobin, a protein in muscle that stores oxygen. When meat is freshly cut and exposed to air, myoglobin binds with oxygen and forms oxymyoglobin, which gives beef that bright cherry red color. Pork and poultry have less myoglobin, so they look lighter. But the same basic chemistry still applies. 2. Freezing slows bacteria, but chemistry keeps going. Here's the important point. Freezing dramatically slows bacterial growth, but it doesn't stop chemical reactions completely. Inside the packaging, small amounts of oxygen are still present. Over time, that oxygen interacts with myoglobin. As myoglobin oxidizes, it shifts into a different form called metmyoglobin, which reflects light differently, and that's what makes meat look brown or gray. This change doesn't automatically mean the meat is unsafe. It often means oxidation has happened. 3. Ice crystals can damage cells. Freezing also changes the structure of the meat. When meat freezes, water inside the muscle becomes ice crystals. Those crystals can rupture cell walls and slightly damage the tissue. That damage makes it easier for oxygen to move through the meat, especially during temperature fluctuations, like when a freezer door is opened frequently. More oxygen movement can mean more oxidation, and more oxidation means more browning. 4. Freezer burn. Ugly but usually not dangerous. Another common culprit is freezer burn. Freezer burn happens when moisture slowly escapes from the surface of frozen food. That dehydration leaves dry, pale, or leathery patches, often grayish or brown. Freezer-burned meat can taste drier or blander. But freezer burn is mainly a quality problem, not a safety one. It's oxidation plus moisture, loss not rot. 5. Packaging makes a huge difference. Oxygen is the enemy of color stability. If meat is loosely wrapped, stored in thin plastic, or left with air trapped inside, it's more likely to brown. Vacuum-sealed meat often holds its color longer because most of the oxygen has been removed. That's why professionally vacuum-packed frozen meats tend to look fresher for longer periods. 6. So, is brown frozen meat safe to eat? In many cases, yes, if it was stored properly and doesn't show spoilage signs. Color alone isn't the best indicator. What actually matters is what happens after thawing. Safe signs: no strong bad smell, normal texture, not slimy, no visible mold, warning signs. Strong sour, rotten, or sulfur-like odor, slimy or sticky surface after thawing, mold growth. Package bloated for refrigerated items. If those warning signs appear, don't risk it. 7. Browning can still affect taste, even if safe. Even when the meat is safe, browning can mean the quality has dropped. Oxidation can affect fats too, causing stale or cardboard-like flavors over time. That's why very old frozen meat may be safe, but not delicious. 8. Why different meats brown differently. Beef browns more dramatically because it contains more myoglobin. Ground meat browns faster than whole cuts because it has much more surface area exposed to oxygen. That is also why ground beef can look grayish inside. Even when it is fresh, the interior gets less oxygen than the surface. 9. How to prevent browning in the freezer if you want meat to keep its best color and quality. Wrap it tightly in freezer-grade plastic wrap. Use heavy-duty freezer bags and squeeze out air, or better. Vacuum seal store at a stable cold temperature. Label with dates and rotate older packages forward. Less air plus less moisture loss equals less browning. So the next time frozen meat looks brown or gray, don't panic. That color shift is often just oxygen and proteins doing what they do. Freezing protects safety by slowing bacteria, but it can't completely stop time when it comes to chemistry. Thanks for watching Explain History of Things. If you have a topic suggestion for the next video, drop it in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more stories hidden inside everyday life.